Dear friends, the topic assigned to me is how a farmer can run successful dairy farm with 20 cows. Dear friends, first I would like to clear dairy farm, if it is run scientifically, it will always be economical. The main important point is we the human being need milk and get to pure milk at any cost. So till our life is there, we will be in need of milk continuously, and hence our dairy farmers, our dairy owners will be of importance. Now to start up a dairy with only 20 cows, how a farmer should have an idea, what idea should have, and how he should start for the processing of the loan, bank settlement, and then to run the dairy. In this regard, first I would like to tell different assumptions what a farmer should have. So total to start the dairy, we should have minimum 20 animals, and these 20 animals should be of good quality, high yield, that will increase the profit of the farm. All the 20 animals should not be purchased at a time, because to maintain the milk productivity throughout the year, these 20 animals should be purchased in 2 batches. So 10 batch of animals should be purchased. If we see the cost of the animals, approximately I have calculated rupees 50,000 per animal, and the area required for these 20 animals at the rate of 120 square feet per animal, indoor, outdoor, outdoor. So area should be 120 square feet per animal, and the floor space for the calf 50 square feet per calf, and the cost of construction of the shed minimum rupees 800 per square feet. Accordingly, one should calculate for the bank loan. Next point is average milk yield of the animal. Average milk yield should be minimum 10 liters. Then only your farm can be economical. And for this purpose, when you purchase the animals, their milk production should be around minimum 16 liters per day, by which you can get the average of 10 liters of milk in 305 days. In the dairy farm, to run the dairy farm very nicely, one must need chaff cutter for proper chaffing of the cutting of the green fodder, and that should be power driven. So its cost may be around 1 lakh rupees. Cost of equipments per animals, average rupees 1,000 per animal. Then insurance premium, percent of the total cost of the animal. Per annum it should be 4%. And regarding the health of the animal, regarding the cost of the medicines, average rupees 2,000 per animal. Now, regarding the total number of bags, what you are going to get, in one bag, concentrate quantity around 50 kg. So, depending on the quantity of concentrate purchased, number of bags will increase. And the cost of dry fodder, around rupees 5 kg. Then cost of green fodder, which is very important for the dairy farm, around 2.5 rupees. Number of laborers required, minimum 2 laborers, and salary of the laborers, rupees 8,000 per month. Then expenditure on electricity, water, around rupees 300 per month, and selling price of the milk at present, rupees 45. Then selling price of gunny bags, rupees 15, and total lactation days of the animals, 305 days, and the dry period, around 90 days. The interest to be paid on the bank loan is 12%. So on this basis, on these parameters, our farmers can calculate the project to get the loan. Now regarding the cost of the shed, actually the amount invested for the cost of the construction of a shed can vary. It may be much higher depending on the money you can invest. Because if you want excellent shed, certainly it will require very large amount of money. The most important data, the parameter for the profitability of dairy is selection of the animals. The animals should be good yielder, good health. So our indigenous animals, Gir, Sahiwal, Red Sindhi, they can be very good, and in the cross, Holstein Friesian or Jersey crosses. So these animals one should try to select, one should try to purchase after proper judging. This is our excellent Sahiwal cow, this is Gir cow, and this is Red Sindhi cow. Our indigenous cow, very good yielder. Then crossbred cow, you can see this is Holstein Friesian cross and this is Jersey cross. So these two major difference between the indigenous cow, that is the Gir, Sahiwal and Red Sindhi, as compared to Jersey and Holstein Friesian, certainly their productivity is comparatively much low as compared to HF and Jersey, but they are highly disease resistant and their feed is most suitable, which is available in our state, in our country. But for the Holstein Friesian, Jersey crosses, they have to be fed excellent quality feed, and secondly, they are much more susceptible to various diseases. So accordingly, one has to take care. Now, our dairy owners should take precaution of all these parameters. They are very important, and if they will keep in mind, it will increase their profit. Milk production of the animals. Animals, what you are going to purchase, their milk production should be as high as possible. Total lactation yield on the basis of the back data available with the farmers where you are purchasing the cow, you must see the lactation yield of the animal as per the breed, it should be maximum. The first lactation yield is very important because in the first lactation, if the production of the cow is better, so certainly in the further lactation, especially second lactation, third lactation, for the cow, milk production will increase 20%, 30%, 40% higher than the first lactation. So if the cow is producing more amount of milk in the first lactation, so certainly in the second and third lactation, milk production is going to increase. Next point is peak yield. Usually, if you see the production curve of the cow for about 2.5 to 3 month period, there is gradual increase in the milk production. Then for the next 2/3 or 3 months, you can say, the peak production is maintained for some time. And after 6 months, gradual milk production will reduce. So one must see that how much time peak yield can be maintained. If peak yield is maintained for the larger period, then certainly overall productivity of the cow will be very good and those cow will be economical. That is related to the persistency of the milk yield. If the animal is high milk yielder and if that high milk yield is maintained for the longer time, that is the persistency, so those animals will be highly economical. The length of lactation. Normally, in case of cows, we are considering the length of lactation of 305 days. But if the length of lactation will reduce, the overall productivity will reduce. And if the length of lactation will increase, the productivity will certainly increase. So that one should keep in mind. Age of first calving. This is also very important parameter for the dairy for getting the profit. If the age of first calving is much higher, then in the total lifespan, total number of calving will be less and total milk production of the animal will be less. But if the age of first calving is early, maybe around 2 years maximum, then that cow will be more profitable because that cow may give calving of one more calf, so more milk production. This point should be remembered. Frequency of milking. Usually we have the habit of milking the animals twice a day, and laborers usually try to neglect that no milking should be done twice a day. But dear friends, if the frequency of milking is increased, if it is done 3 times a day milking, kindly remember around 20% milk production will increase if the animal is given excellent quality feed. So frequency of milking will increase your total milk productivity and total milk production. The milk composition of the animal, no doubt it is related with the heredity, with the age of the animal, but diet also has very important role on the composition of milk. And if your milk is of good quality, with more fat content, more solids, it will get more price, more attraction to the purchaser. So that must be taken care. Reproductive efficiency of the animals. This is one of the very important point in the life of the cow, because if their reproductive efficiency is poor, then they will not be able to produce, they will not be able to calve, they may not conceive, and if no parturition, no calving, so milk production will be very less. The calving interval. If the calving interval between the two calvings is very high, so kindly remember total milk production of the animal will be comparatively much less. So calving interval must be reduced, it must be minimum, then only you can get more milk production and more profit. Dear friends, nowadays we realize that in case of cow, male calves are really a problem, because in the agriculture their use has been minimized. And now question comes, where these males should go. So for economical dairy farming, it is best that our farmers should use sex-sorted semen. By using the sex-sorted semen, around 90% of the calving will be of females only. So that will be highly economical to you all if you are using sex-sorted semen. No doubt, costly than the normal semen, but the problem will be regarding male is mostly avoided. The efficiency of feed utilization and conversion into milk. Whatever the feed we are feeding to the animals, if that is not utilized properly, then milk production will reduce, and that is efficiency of feed utilization. So we must have in mind how the efficiency of feed utilization can be increased, mostly by proper mixing of the roughage concentrate, mostly by giving good quality green fodder, by reducing the lignified portion of feed, and by adding supplements. So that will increase the feed utilization. This is resistance of animals. This is very important point for our farmers. By any means, you must try that your animal should not become sick. Once the animal becomes sick, the milk production drastically reduces and low productivity continues for months. In that case, recovery of the animal becomes poor. And secondly, friends, the cost of the treatment of the animal, in case of large animals, in case of cows, it is very high. So in both ways, our farmers are in loss. So all the farmers are kindly requested to take care of proper hygiene of the animals, proper hygienic condition in the shed, proper hygiene of the milker, proper hygiene of the all utensils used in the farm, and more specifically, the persons coming from outside, they should be taken precaution that they should not carry the disease to your farm. And to increase the profit of the dairy, you must try that gradually low productive animals, unproductive animals should be gradually eliminated, by which your total expenditure, recurring expenditure will reduce and the total income from the milk will increase. So dear friends, all these feedings you must keep in mind, all these points. Now regarding feeding of the animals, which is very important point, the reason being the total cost of milk production in the animals, how? Around 70% is because of feed only. This is one single component which greatly affects on the milk productivity and cost of the milk production. So you must take care that excellent feeding arrangement should be done for the animals. Here first point comes use of green fodder. The green fodder is excellent feed for the dairy animals. If it is good quality, it will be very rich in proteins, vitamins, and minerals, and that will be highly economical to the dairy farm. And that's why I recommend to all the farmers, for 20 cows, they should have minimum of 5 acres of land where you can produce excellent quality green fodder. And if you are producing the green fodder for your dairy farm, for your dairy animals, I know you will be able to produce good quality fodder, and that will be harvested in the proper stage, by which its utilization will be good for the animals. Introduce for this purpose, introduce high yielding varieties of fodder. Nowadays, the fodder varieties are available which can give much more yield. So you need good variety of seed for the fodder production, by which fodder productivity can be very good, and it is excellent and economical source of nutrients for the animal. For getting excellent fodder throughout the year, kindly follow an ideal system of crop rotation throughout the year, by which your land can be utilized systematically and you can get the green fodder throughout the year. Daily feeding of green fodder is best, no doubt, as I have narrated already. For animals feeding, you can realize the excellent source of nutrients is good quality green fodder. This is most economical feed for the dairy animals, so kindly concentrate for feeding maximum amount of green fodder. It is cheapest and best. Green fodders, they are the best source of nutrients. Besides, if grazing land is available, then your animal should be used for some time for the grazing purpose, by which they can get the exercise and they can get good variety of fodder also. Now, besides the green fodder, the good quality hay is also very important, because you are going to feed your animal the green fodder, the dry fodder, and the concentrate. The dry fodder is straw. Wheat straw, best example. It is available in our country, no doubt in maximum quantity. But dear friends, for high quality animals, for high producing animals, this straw is not of good quality, because its nutrient content is very poor. So try to minimize the use of dry straw for the animals. At the cost of it, try to use more amount of good quality hay or the green fodder. Besides the green fodder, besides the hay and the straw, the concentrate feeding is must, because only green fodder cannot satisfy the nutrient requirement of the animals. And until and unless the nutrient requirement of the animals, the nutrient need of the animals is satisfied, their milk production cannot be as per their genetic potential. So, balanced ration feeding. Concentrate mixture should be prepared using cereals like maize jar, bajra, cakes, any type of cakes, then cereal byproduct like wheat bran, rice polish, and pulse byproduct like various types of chuni, pulse byproducts. They should be properly mixed in the proper ratio, and mineral mixture around 2%, 1% salt. To say balanced ration is very easy, but to prepare the balanced ration certainly needs much more skill. So kindly have the formula, kindly get the formula, but one formula will not work. It will depend, it will change as per the type of feed used. So try to get a balanced formula for your animals, by which you can prepare excellent quality, scientific, well-balanced, concentrated mixture, and that should be fed as per the need of the animals. For preparing the economical balanced ration, locally available feed ingredients should be used in large quantity, and that will economize the production of concentrated mixture. The ratio of roughage and concentrate. Dear friends, our cow is worshipped mainly because cow is giving milk by consuming poor quality roughage and other type of roughage. The reason is, in the 4 compartments of the stomach of the cows, the first compartment, that is called as rumen, has millions and millions of bacteria which digest the roughages, which utilize the feed, and then it is supplying nutrient, excellent quality nutrient to the animals. And this mainly depend on the roughage and use of concentrate. If this ratio varies, or simply we can say the concentrate quantity increases in the diet, then the microbial population will reduce. Many of the microbia will die, bacteria will die, and that will adversely affect on the feed utilization. So the productivity of milk will reduce. And in this connection, use of TMR, you must be listening total mixed ration. As per the need of the cows, roughages and concentrate, they should be mixed together and then they should be fed to the animals. That will be highly beneficial to the microflora in the rumen, and that will increase the utilization of feed and will improve the productivity. Frequency of feeding to the animals. Again, just like milking, what farmers they do, feeding only twice a day. They will keep in the manger large quantity of feed and they will take at rest. But as per the tendency of the animals, as many times you will give feed to them, they must be taking rest, but they will stand up and they will consume feed. So by increasing the frequency of feeding, cows, they will consume more quantity of feed, and it is the only source which is supplying nutrient to the body. So more frequency of feeding will give better intake of feed. Feed losses will be minimum, and there will be better utilization of feed. So better productivity of the animal. Now this point is feeding cows in late lactation and dry period. To get the milk from the animal is a very happy moment for the farmers. But kindly note that once the animal pregnant, normally after 2 months of calving, you must try that your animal should become pregnant. If this period is prolonged, if another service conception takes 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, that will be a loss. So you must have a point that after 2 months of calving, animal should be done AI, animal should conceive, and in the late lactation and dry period. This period is very important because during this period, you have to boost the animal feeding by which animal can maintain the body nutrient resources. What the nutrient resources of the body have been utilized in the early stage of lactation, now in the lactation period, in the late lactation period, in the dry period, where the nutrient requirement of the animal is comparatively low because of low productivity in the late lactation and because of the no production in the dry period, they can regain their body through nutrients, and that will be highly beneficial in the next calving. Dear friends, depending on your cost, depending on your resources, you can have different type of shade. This is a economical shade, cheaper shade, but if you want it better one, you can see this type of shade can be prepared. Very good. Animals, they are resting properly, either within the shade or outside in the backyard. They can go in the paddock and they can consume very good quality of feed, and the losses of the feed will be minimized. Here you can see same pattern, both sides. Here commercial type of big farm can be used. And like this, the trolley will go by supplying the feed on both the sides, labor cost will be minimized. This is one of the excellent quality of shed where animals can be, good quality animals can be raised. So it will depend on you how much you want to spend for the cost of shed construction. Now kindly remember what is the expenditure in the farm. The capital expenditure, that is mostly non-recurring cost, and then second is recurring cost. So capital, money, and recurring cost, non-recurring and recurring cost, they will be a part of project cost. For example, here you can see this is capital expenditure. Land is certainly available with the farmer. Then cost of construction offset, as per the assumptions I have told, at this rate, the cost can be prepared. Cost of cows, 50,000. Transportation cost, minimum 2,000 rupees. Then cost of equipments, already told, and cost of go down. So total capital expenditure for the 20 cows will be around 15,26,000. Secondly, the working capital for at least first 60 days for 10 animals, because after you have purchased the animals, 10 good quality producing animals, your income will start daily. So at least for 60 days, you should have money by which you should not face any problem, and you can purchase the feed items in bulk for 1 month, 2 months. So here feed cost for milk cows, concentrate how much, straw how much, fodder how much. Then cost of health coverage, already I have told, 1,000 for the adult, 150 for the calf. Labor charges, 8,000 rupees per month. Electricity charges, 300 rupees per month. And cost of insurance, 4% of the total value of the animal. So it will come to around 1,73,780. So these 2 points, capital expenditure, that is called as non-recurring cost. Working capital for 2 months, at least this amount will be the cost of total project. 16 lakh, around 17 lakh. And out of this 17 lakh, 75% of the project cost, that is 12.75 lakhs, you can get the loan from the bank, and 25% of the money you have to deposit as a margin money. So like this, you can get the loan of around 12.75 lakhs from the bank. Now, year-wise recurring expenditure, as I had told, depending on the number of animals, daily concentrate feeding, then you can calculate the amount of monthly. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years. Within 5 years, you have to return all the loan taken from the bank, and then your profit will increase much. Now, concentrate cost on the extra, and the cost on the fodder. That is the cost of feed. Then cost of health coverage, as per the assumptions I have given, it is calculated. Labor charge, same at the rate of 8,000 rupees per month per labor for 12 months. Electricity charges, cost of insurance premium 4%, miscellaneous. So this year-wise total recurring expenditure, you can see 12 lakhs 33,000, 15 lakhs, 15 lakhs, 14.75 lakhs, 14.79 lakhs. So non-recurring cost of non-recurring cost, if you see, it includes mainly the construction offset, 27%, and maximum, which is the cost of cows, 65.5%, cost of equipment negligible, and cost of chaff cutter 6%, 5%, depending on the quality what you want to purchase. So this is approximate expenditure of the capital cost, non-recurring cost. Among the feed, what you want to prepare for the feeding of the animals, if you see the economics, the cost of concentrates is around 60% of the total feed, because concentrate is very costly, around 24 rupees per kg. Fodder, this is mostly dry green fodder, its cost will be around 30%, and extra will be 10%. No doubt, it will be variable depending on the quantity you give to your animals. And overall, if you see, the recurring and non-recurring expenditure is in the ratio of 80-20. This is normal one, but it will all depend on your efficiency. The ratio will vary. Now, depreciation cost, whatever the amount you have spent from the bank loan to the building construction, to the equipment, to the animals, so their amount should be deducted, depreciated at the rate of 5% for the building, 10% for the equipment, 10% for the animal. And thus, year-wise total depreciation comes to around 1,34,000, 1,34,600 in general. And third is year-wise income. Now, major income depends on the milk. So first year, you have mainly 10 animals for 6 months. So total milk output return will be less. And from second year, the value is increasing. Sale of gunny bags, similarly sale of manure and sale of crops. Thus year-wise total gross income, 20.9 lakh, 26.6 lakhs, 26.6 lakhs, 26.7 lakhs, 25.3 lakhs. So this is actually calculated data. You will not find any exaggeration, and you can calculate. Now income, whatever the income you are getting in the farm, please realize main income is because of milk only, 97% around. So efficiency of milk production of the animal should be very high. Gunny bag, very less. Manure is also comparatively much less. Sale of crops also much less. So major amount of income is from the milk. No doubt this supplement to some extent. Now bank repayment schedule. How you will do the repayment of the bank? Outstanding loan for you is 12.75 lakhs and gradually it will reduce because of your payment. Capital repayment is at the rate of 20%. So for 5 years, your payment will be over. Now interest on the bank loan, it is 12%. So total amount 12.75. The interest will be charged at the rate of 2%. So like this, you can calculate the interest on the reducing amount of the capital available on your account. Then interest on the owner's capital. What the margin money you have spent, for that 10% interest has been added. And all these total capital repayment, then interest on bank loan and interest on the owner's capital. This is called a total bank payment. This is 4.5, 4.19, 3.89, 3.58, 3.28 lakhs per year. Now you can see here how to calculate the gross profit year-wise. Total gross income. What was the total gross income? Yearly. Already we have calculated. Total recurring expenditure, already I have calculated in the previous table. Then total depreciation cost, already accounted. Now these three are added together. That will give for the gross profit. Now net profit, it is calculated as year-wise gross profit minus total bank payment. So here this total bank payment, dear friends, this is total bank payment, capital repayment, interest on bank loan and interest on owner's capital. So this is reduced with the total gross profit. So this is net profit available to you. And this will result in your net profit for the animals. So thank you very much, dear friends. Now welcome for the questions.
Thank you, sir, for the detailed presentation. Now I'll take up some questions. One second.
Yeah, please. Dear delegates, kindly interact. That will clear your queries.
Yeah. Okay, so what are the key factors to consider when selecting the right breed of cows for a small dairy farm with 20 cows?
Madam, for 20 cows, it will be better to purchase our indigenous animals, to keep them. But at the same time, just like I told, Gir cow, Sahiwal, they are very good producer in our India. But if we can have out of 20, if we can have at least 5 crossbred cows, their milk production will be double. So that will increase the quality of milk as well as total milk production. But some farmers, if they are highly educated, if they can maintain the farm very hygienic, they can make the animals free from contamination. So total profit will be much more if one is keeping crossbred animals. Just like Holstein Friesian and Jersey, their production is much higher, 25 liters per day, 30 liters per day, at the cost of 15 liter, 20 liter maximum in our indigenous animals.
Okay. And next question. Sir, before that, can you please stop sharing the screen so that we can see your full video?
Yeah, madam.
You can stop sharing your screen so that we can see your full video.
Full.
Click on stop screen sharing.
Stop share, right?
Green color button. Yeah.
Green.
Yes. Okay. We can see you now. Thank you.
Okay.
So what are the essential steps in designing an optimal barn layout and housing infrastructure for a successful 20 cow dairy farm?
Madam, very nice question. First of all, it will depend on which area they are wanting to start the dairy farm. Because if it is in Rajasthan area, very hot, so we have to have different type of shed which can protect the animal from the hot. Here temperature is very high, and where the moisture rains are very high, so we have to protect them. Secondly, shed should be highly airy as much as possible. And durability is very, very important. If durability is good, it will be long lasting, and that will overall be more economical. So these points should be taken care, and overall set should not give chance for the carrying the infection of the various types, mostly parasites. If in the house, lot of cracks, lot of crevices, then one cannot be able to defend from the parasites, which are many times very harmful to our crossbred animals.
Okay. And next question is, how can modern technologies such as automated milking systems or herd management software contribute to the productivity and profitability of a small-scale dairy operation?
Madam, very good. Actually, latest technology, no doubt, they will aware to the farmer, even though he has no idea for the overall running of the dairy. But if he can learn regarding the program, he will know which type of animal is suffering, having temperature, having some problem, off-fed condition. So he will become alert. Neither normally, only the expert can identify the animal is sick or not. So this is one latest technology available. And secondly, regarding the other technologies, for example, milk parlor, very good. Nowadays, people, they like that the totally hygienic milk should be available. So milk parlor one can have where the complete animal can be milked without any contamination. So that milk will have higher value and people will also like that one. So all these technologies, lot of technologies available either for the feeding of the animal or for the milking of the animals or for getting the information regarding the animals. So these technologies, certainly, they are highly beneficial. And once the farmer will start, he will be acquainted a lot. So technologies must be adapted. Only question is, in case of 20 animals, that may be much more costly. If the animals number is more, then same technology will be economical to them.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what are the best practices for disease prevention and health management in a 20 cow dairy herd, and how can farmers minimize the use of antibiotics?
Madam, I always request, kindly don't use any antibiotic. Prevention is always better than treatment. One should be very cautious, as I have told. In the shed, excellent cleaning condition. Excellent cleaning condition, no chance of infection. Secondly, udder is the very important part of the dairy unit. If by any means udder is infected, the milk productivity will reduce. So in that case, how udder infection occurs? Either through contamination of vessels, either through contamination of the owners, means milkers, and before the milking and after the milking, proper precaution dips should be used for protection of the kids. If this can be done, proper hygiene condition is maintained in the shed, milk, and more important is water. How the disease develops in the animals, either through feed or through water or through air. One cannot control much air, but feed and water can be controlled. So water is the important part of disease transmission to the animals. Then excellent hygienic condition, use of all preventive measures, and then outsiders should be restricted much. If they are allowed, they should be taken care for the precaution for hygienic conditions.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. And next question is
in this connection, I would like to say use of phenyl, certainly it should be done in the shed. And thirdly, use of K-manophore solution. Economical, instead of purchasing all dips from the market, one can prepare 1% solution of K-manophore, and that should be used before milking the cow, after milking the cow. Normally, farmers don't bother after milking of the cow. But after the milking of the cow, there is a lot of chance of infection to the cow's mud udder. Through udder, through teeth, infection can enter inside the animal, that is most prevalent and causing the mastitis and damage to the teeth. So after milking also, lot of care should be taken. Animals should not sit on the ground for at least half an hour. And secondly, one should use K-manophore solution for cleaning of the teeth. Minimum point. Right. Next.
yeah. Okay. Next question is, how can farmers ensure sustainable waste management and nutrient recycling practices on a 20-cow dairy farm to minimize environmental impact?
For sustainable waste management, most important thing is the dung where it is thrown, it should be dry. Because once the dung will be submerged with the water, then there will be a lot of fermentation, lot of methane gas production, lot of other gas production, which will be causing environmental pollution and damage. So first thing, cow dung should be kept separately and it should not have accumulated water. This is very important source of nutrient. And secondly, the urine. That is also excellent source of nutrient. No problem if the urine can be mixed with the cow dung, and then it should be preserved. Just like vermicompost preparation, other type of cow dung management. If such type of waste management will be done, then nutrient retention in the manure will be excellent. It will be of excellent quality. Neither there will be lot of waste, lot of fermentation, causing a loss of manure and causing a great pollution in the atmosphere. And our farmer, they should manage in such a way. As I have told, they must have a minimum 5 acres of land. And that waste should be gradually circulated in their field for the production of good quality fodder by enriching their soil, and then it will be most profitable. Next, madam.
Okay. Next question is how, yeah, where are, sorry, what are some innovative marketing and distribution strategies that a farmer could employ to promote and sell dairy products from 20 cow dairy farm directly to the consumers?
First of all, the dairy farmer has to establish himself that he is supplying good quality product. As I have told, in India, no doubt, we are number one in milk production, but unfortunately, our demand is still very high. As a result, lot of adulteration of milk. At present, people want good quality meat, good quality milk. It may be even at higher price. So our farmer has to establish that he is supplying excellent quality milk, pure milk, hygienic milk. He will get name and fame, and there will be lot of demand of milk to that dairy farm. Secondly, from dairy farm, one can prepare good products. For example, flavored milk. No doubt, its demand is very high, very easy to prepare, and farmers can do, and they can sell from their own farm itself. And thirdly, production of cow ghee, pure ghee, if it is available, demand is very high. And rest is paneer. If they can prepare paneer, then buttermilk. So these products, simply at least 4 or 5 products, one farmer can do, and he can sell from his own farm. And if the quality is very good, it will be a hot cake, and the demand will be very high. One should try to do.
Okay. And just a couple of more questions.
Yeah, madam.
For agriculture students interested in starting 20 cow dairy farm, what practical experiences, internships, or educational paths would you recommend to gain relevant knowledge and skills?
Madam, first of all, purchasing of the animals, no doubt, they can get the idea, because animals should be purchased good quality. Now, usually, there is a lot of brokers, they are playing role. The animals are sold, the milk yield is shown differently, and one is befooled, I can say. So at least 3 consequent days, milk recording should be done, and the average milk production should be considered for the yield of the animal. Only one time milking, 2 time milking will not be sufficient. So before the purchase of the animal, milk recording should be seen continuously for 3 days. Then animal with high milk production should be purchased. Secondly, regarding the agricultural student, the feeding, as I have told, the cost of total milk production, 70%, 75% is only because of feed. And here in the dairy farms, excellent quality of fodder, either green non-leguminous fodder or green leguminous fodder, they are both very good. So that fodder, especially the non-leguminous fodder, that can be converted as silage. So that technology should know, they should know, that can improve the feed utilization, and from the leguminous fodder, they can prepare good quality hay. And such type, in such manner, they can preserve the fodder for the longer period for the feeding of the animal. So feeding is very important component. They must be acquainted with the farmers, with the dairy farm, and they should learn the subject also. And thirdly, the milking precautions, how hygienic milk can be produced, how the animals can be prevented from suffering from disease. And the last most important point is, what are the diseases occurring in the animals? What are different seasons prevalent for different diseases? Which is more susceptible for different type of diseases? When the vaccination should be done? So all type of, especially vaccination, if it is done properly, good vaccination, animals, they are prevented from disease. If in the shed with the animal, proper hygiene is maintained, animal is prevented from disease. If the water is very good, if the water management is very clean, the prevention from the disease, from the water sources, that can be minimized. So agriculture student must have detailed knowledge. They should get practical knowledge for the feeding of animals, for the milking of the animals, for the prevention of diseases of animals, and for the quality purchase of animals. And then certainly what way can be beneficial for disposal of milk and milk product. So they can be a good farmer.
Okay. Next question, could you provide guidance on optimizing the milking process, including frequency, timing, and equipment maintenance to achieve high quality milk production?
Madam, equipment maintenance, first point, they are also the source of infection. So they must be cleaned properly, regularly. Because if the feed is left there, if the water is left there, and they are the good carrier of the infection, so animal can harbor. So it is better that utensils should be cleaned regularly, properly, and it is better that they should be sun-dried or cleaned with the use of antiseptic. Secondly, please remind question. Madam,
the question was, the question
please.
was
Regarding
milking process, including frequency, timing, and equipment maintenance.
Okay.
To achieve high quality.
Milking and frequency. Milking timing affects much on the productivity of the animals. Once you are adapting a particular time, normally it should be, if it is only 2 days, the interval should be maintained properly. One should not vary the milking time regularly, because the time of milking is an instantaneous stimulus to the animal, and that stimulates, gives hormone secretion to the animal, especially the oxytocin, and that will cause letdown of milk. But if you are changing the frequency, changing the time of the milking, that will affect on the body and may affect on the milk productivity. Regarding frequency, I am very clear. If the animal is high yielder, kindly increase the frequency of milking. Instead of 2 milking, there should be 3 milking, and that will increase the milk productivity of the animals. Certainly 10%, 15% milk production will increase. Reason being, udder is the storehouse of the milk. Until and unless the letdown of milk will not occur, there is no space for the storage of milk. So there will be negative feedback and the milk synthesis will reduce. So if your frequency of milking is more, animal udder gets more opportunity for storage of milk, for synthesis of milk. So like that, the milk productivity will increase. So frequency should be minimum 3 for high yielding animals. No doubt that will be laborious, but that will be more economical.
Okay. Now we have the last question. 1 second, sir. Yeah. What are some collaborative models or partnerships that small dairy farmers running 20 cow operations could explore to collectively address challenges such as marketing, purchasing inputs, and or sharing resources?
Oh, this is very good, very good, madam. Just like cooperative, I always advocate to the farmers, kindly have your cooperative. If you are purchasing 100 tons of cake, alone you will not be able to purchase, and that will be costly. Transportation, purchase, rate, everything. But if you many farmers can combine together, then they can have their own market, because they have a lot of product. They can purchase anytime at their own condition from the market regarding feed items. They will be cheaper from the market and it will be cheaper to them. So if the cost of feeding will reduce, automatically the profit of the owner will increase. So cooperative is very important. Cooperative in sense, it is a part of cooperative when many farmers, they can join together. And either the market for the sale of their product or the market for the purchase of their inputs. Both will be economical to them. They can sell their product at a costly rate because when there is lot of market available, lot of product is available, that will be purchased from higher big guns. If you have very less amount of milk, nobody will bother. So this is very good thought. If our farmers, they can unite together, they can have very good big silos, big feeding machines, and they can prepare their good quality feed. They can sell. So this will be very good point, madam, for our startup.
Okay, sir. Yeah. So, okay, sir. Now we have come to end of question round. On behalf of agricultureinformation.com, we'd like to thank you for the presentation and answering all the questions in deep. And we also like to thank all the participants for joining this meeting. The meeting will now be closed.
Okay, madam. Thank you very much.
You're most welcome, sir. Thank you.
Okay.